Hey, it's Demetrius Alekos here, talking to you for the Fox City Showdown. So the topic that I'm going to cover today is host hotel. There's a lot of people, you may have stayed in a hotel before, but you didn't stay in a hotel when you were getting ready for a show. There's a few things you should know and take into consideration when you are booking a hotel room for a show. First of all, the host hotel is usually a little cheaper, not all the time, I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes there's like a 10% difference between the host hotel and maybe the hotel a block away or 2 blocks away. Use your best judgment. I mean, some people like certain hotels better than others. You might get points, credit card, whatever the case may be. You just want to take advantage of the host hotel, and the location is usually closer to the venue. The spray tanning is usually in the host hotel, which makes it extremely convenient. And then, of course, if you stay in the host hotel, you're around a bunch of like-minded people, like yourself. You're all milling around, you're all talking about the next day. Check-ins are Friday night, tanning is Friday night. There's that energy in the air, and then you just get all amped up, and you get to meet everybody at the same time and hang out both the night before and the following morning. So, when you're booking your host hotel, take that into consideration. The other thing that I would highly, highly advise is to book your hotel room early. If you plan on staying in the host hotel, book your room now. There are only so many rooms in a hotel. Personally speaking, I've already taken up 10 rooms of the entire hotel for staff, judges, guests. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. I might have to call them up and say, hey, I need 2 more rooms. The host hotels usually put aside a block. If they have, let's say, 100 rooms, they might give the show 40. They have no idea. I mean, sure, in the past, we have historical data that shows how many rooms we rented on Fridays and how many we rented on Saturdays. So the host hotel may only be comfortable setting aside a certain amount of rooms for both Friday and Saturday. Now, in the past, I've worked with the host manager. Hey, we filled up the block. Can you add another 10 rooms? And then, of course, I get on social media and I let everybody know, hey, the block is not full. If you called back yesterday and they said it was full, call back today. They added another 10 rooms. And boom, usually they rent out 5 more rooms immediately. And then, of course, they contact me and said, hey, we reached 50 rooms. Okay, can we add another 10? Absolutely. So the host hotel will keep adding rooms to that block past the initial. So in case, for whatever reason, you call the host hotel, they say, actually, we're booked. Chances are they may not be booked. Contact the promoter. They might be able to call them, say, hey, can you increase the block, and go from there. So don't panic. But of course, if you wait too long and the hotel is booked solid, it's booked solid. There's no way around it. Now, most of the hotel rooms that you rent at a host hotel are, that is obviously comfortable as well as knowledgeable about tanning products, they will not allow you to tan in your room. You will actually sign a waiver at the desk when you check in that says, I will not tan in my room. There's a number of reasons for that. A lot of people are inexperienced in using tanning products. If your friend says, I can tan you, make sure they know what the hell they're talking about. It's not just applying the tan. It's everything that goes on prior to putting on the tan. I'm going to cover that in a second. So usually when you check in, they're going to have sign a waiver, I will not tan in my room. And like I said before, there's a number of reasons for that. The reason that I will tell you to use a tanning service is because it's usually much more cost effective and time effective. If you want to weigh out time and cost, if it takes you 2 to 3 hours to apply however many coats, coat, dry, coat, dry, coat, dry, I guess that's not worth the money it is for some people to have it done and over with in 15 to 20 minutes. The tanning service that I use at the shows, that Shredded Cheddar uses at the shows, is 50 Shades of Spray. Years of experience. Years of applying the tan. Years of looking at the person, watching them dry, and seeing whether or not they need another coat. They will literally be able to judge and know if you need 2 coats, 3 coats, 4 coats, whatever the case may be. Some people's skin just absorbs these products, and some people didn't do the skin prep right, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So, you got cost effectiveness and time effectiveness. They have a proven product and a proven process with experienced people giving you those products at the same time. Trust me when I tell you, it is such a relief for a competitor to have done everything they were supposed to do and come in the way they had planned on coming in, and the color not go well. Now, as a judge, I've seen it before. If a person comes in and they're that good, color may or may not be a deciding factor. I, at one time, saw a guy come into the show years ago when the sport wasn't as big, completely peeled to the bone, white as a ghost on stage. Thankfully, obviously the judges sit a lot closer than you guys do, and we can see that. And of course he won, but had he not had the size, the definition, et cetera, the color may have been a contributing factor to him not winning. So, tanning products. Again, usually they do not allow you to use tanning products. Make sure you look at the cost, the time effectiveness, the speed, how good the products are. You can't beat it. 50 Shades of Spray and Stacey Tomasini have got it down to a rocket science. Now, there is a little bit of work on your part. You need to do the prep, skin prep, for about a week. We're talking about scrubbing, we're talking about moisturizing, we're talking about shaving. All that plays into how good and how well any product. I don't care what tanning product you're going to use. That plays into it. Okay, enough of that. Book your hotel room early, as I said before. Why do I say that? Because you can always cancel it. You can't get a hotel room when they're full. But let's say you booked your hotel room for whatever reason in January or February. You know that that's locked down. You got it. One check mark off the list. Something happens, all of a sudden groups are coming, families coming, everything changes, you need more room, whatever the case may be, you can always cancel that and get another hotel room a block away or 2 blocks away. I highly encourage you, book your hotel room early. Do not wait. And that goes the same thing with either your hair and makeup from Megan Malone or your tanning from 50 Shades of Spray. You book early, you're in. Check, mark, check mark. You don't have to worry about it. You know. So, when you get to your room, this is a big deal because it can cost you a lot of money and frustration. The first thing you need to do is strip off all the bed covers, pull them off to the side. Make sure you bring all your own bed covers, sheets, pillowcases, whatever you may do, because that tanning product may or may not get on those things. And I'm going to tell you, they're going to charge you for it. And it's not a little bit of money either. I had a guest poser some years ago. He had some tan on, and he decided, I'm just going to go to bed tonight. And when I went to pick up the next morning, the entire bed sheets were completely trashed. Should have known better. Not me, that person. Anyways, that's just part of the game. But in your case, make sure you bring extra sheets and pillowcases and clothes that you don't mind getting stained, that you don't mind if they never recover from the color. This way, this is going to avoid you frustration and cost, because the hotel will charge you extra for every pillowcase, every sheet, every fitted sheet, whatever the case would be. So strip the bed, make sure you bring your own sheets, make sure you bring your own pillows, make sure your pillowcases, everything and anything you possibly. Strip it, pull it off to the side, put it in the chair, ball it up, put it in a garbage bag, take it to the front desk if you have to. I don't know. Now, the manager that I use, she's very familiar with how this works, and sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. The option, whatever they do at this hotel, is besides me. I'm telling you what to do to be prepared so that you don't run into these situations. Clean up after yourself. If you have anything that you touch at the hotel, the sinks, the countertops, whatever the case may be, just clean up after yourself. Why take any chances? You do it at home, wipe, done. You might as well do it there. Make sure it looked like you weren't even there. This way, you don't cause any situations. Promoters have a hard time. I'm not going to lie to you. We, at some point in time, maybe not all of us, but at some point in time, there has been a hotel that has asked us, we do not want you back. Literally, thanks but no thanks. And that is obviously a frustrating situation for any promoter, because they may have had a pre-existing relationship with that manager, and unfortunately managers change from year to year, and their comfortability level changes from year to year. So do yourself a favor and do us a favor and make sure you are responsible for everything that you touch, everything that you do in that host hotel, to make sure that you don't have any blowback on you and charges and frustration. That is pretty much all I have for host hotel for physique shows. If you guys have any other questions whatsoever, if I missed something, let me know. Send me a text, send me an email, Facebook, Instagram, whatever is convenient for you. I'll get back to you. This is Demetrius Lekos signing off for the Fox City Showdown and Wisconsin NPC.